to get a new phone since I lost my phone, just to answer to you guys, because you guys are on people's nerves. First of all, you need to come and answer to this video if you're convinced. We don't give a flying fist of Judah. Where are you from? You're the one talking about it. You're the one who needs to add black or Afro in front of Americans, because when you Google Americans, they won't show you. When you Google Americans, they don't show your kind. They show everything else but your kind. But when you Google, they only show your kind. That's what y'all are. Nobody cares about you, not even America. That's why you need to add black or Afro in front of America. Blacks in Brazil, they are Brazilians. They don't need to add it because Brazil accepts them. In Argentina, wherever in the world, they don't need to identify as Afro or black. They just say they're from Brazil. We say we're from France. We don't need to say black French or Afro French. You need to do that because even America doesn't want you. They call you. So you need to stay in your place because that's what you are. We accepted you. And now you're showing us that even us, we don't want you. Back in the 80s, you were Asiatic. Then you were Asiatic blacks. Then you became Afro blacks. You're the one that have no identity. Stay in your place. We don't give a flying fist of Judah. We don't care where you're from. We don't even like you. That's why we disrespect you in your own country.
Check this out, y'all. This lady from Ghana exposes Nigeria next move, next plate, and she don't even know it. Listen.
If you are not willing to come out and defend your country, very soon when you are traveling, they will tell you that you are a scammer. As Nigerians, now they are being known as the worldwide scammers in the world. So please, if you are a youth, make sure that you stand against this thing that is going on. Because we don't want the nations to start tagging us that Ghanaians are scammers, Ghanaians are kidnappers. Please, that is not what we want. So the youth, I'm telling you guys to come out. We are not here to fight, but we are here to tell them that we don't want any Igbo kingdom in Ghana here. Thank you.
She said, don't try to drag Ghana in. It's just because Nigerians have a global bad reputation. Stand on that. Don't try to cosplay as Ghanaians. Don't drag our name through the mud, posing as us. You heard what she said, right? And that's their next scam because they're buying property in the Caribbean. Like they're trying to buy passports out there. I want to say $200,000 to get you a passport in the Caribbean where you could be a Caribbean now. You don't have to be a Nigerian. You could change your whole nationality. But you know, U.S. put travel bans on all the melanated countries, or travel restrictions. But yeah, they're just trying to change their nationality right now. Shake that bad juju, if you want to call it that, they created. There's no scamming your way out of your nationality. I'm sorry, you got to stand 10 toes down on that.
So, to the loudmouth African man that was speaking, ain't this y'all? Ain't this you? Directly up here, where they got the Christian children's fund, or whatever it is for Africa. And normally there will be some music from America playing with this in order to get some motion, some movement for it, so that the rest of the world can know your situations and your problem, because you can't fix it yourself. But ain't this y'all though? Because I remember growing up seeing these commercials. I remember watching Cartoon Network, and every now and again they would play this commercial for the Christian Children's Fund, and it would be all of y'all. It wouldn't. These are not Black American kids. These are not. I just want people to understand. Like I get and I understand that we might share, some melanin or whatnot or whatever, but this is not us. This is not us that I'm staring at on the screen with you guys on this video. This is not Black America. I cannot spot one Black American here at this moment in time. I just can't. I never needed somebody from Africa to donate, 50 cents so I can get mosquito net. I never had somebody from Africa donate 10 cents so that I could sit up there and get clean water, so that I wouldn't have to walk 47 miles away from my village to sit up there and do this, that, and the third. I didn't have to sit up there and do that. I didn't need somebody to sit up there and donate 50 cents so I can get a bag of rice to feed my home, my village. Again, these were not the stories that were given directly to me, because these are not our stories. This is you. And you got the gall, the nerve, the audacity to come up here with your chest out. And you want to sit up there and say that Black Americans, that we're only just a word. Word? Like that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. You got up on here on the internet with your chest fully out, just sitting up here saying this. But then while I'm sitting up there looking at you, I'm like, yeah, the way you sitting up there looking reminds me of, in a sense, black men from the 90s. Oddly enough, like it's kind of weird. It's almost like you look like a discount. It's like you look like a discounted fusion in between Floyd Mayweather and Loaded Lux. Like, it's crazy. It's like if both of them were to have had a child, it would be you. Like, it's crazy out here. Like, I'm looking at what seems to be like the lineup and everything. I'm looking at the way the glass is sitting up to look, and I'm looking at the hoodie and all that. It's like it's crazy. You know how when we look at y'all, we can see our influence, Black American influence on y'all Africans. Well, I think he said he was French. I don't care what it was. Oui, mon ami. Sheila vocal say allez soir, ce soir, whatever it is. Like, yo, it's crazy. I don't speak French, right? So when a lot of people are sitting up there saying this, oui, I don't know what that is. But in this circumstance, this dude wanted to sit up there and say, them versus us. He wanted to completely let us know that there is a difference between Black Americans and them. And this is the main thing that I've been saying for the longest time possible. This is how y'all like to sit up there and talk about us online. But like I said before, just like y'all have the Christian children's child phone, whatever it was, right? It's so long ago, brain is just mush on that, right? Just like y'all had those commercials, I get that this is the new version of this. Y'all need to keep these conversations basically going, because when I compare the American dollar with a lot of your African dollars, yeah, we're looking like some kings and queens. If we were to sit up there and roll over there with 60 to 100 grand, like, it's crazy. It's diabolical in some of y'all currencies, how our money is just, it's like 10-fold, 100-fold, 1,000. Like, it's crazy out here. So I get, like I said, I understand why it is that y'all mad, but I also understand why it is that y'all keep making this content, because this is giving you money of which you more than likely don't get a chance to see all at once. I get it. I understand it. I understand it. Like I said, any which way it basically goes, y'all need us. That's the type of influence and power that we basically have, right? That we're supposedly so insignificant, or that we don't have culture, whatnot, but yet we're making y'all money. We're putting food directly on y'all table, just like we did 20, 30, whatever years ago when it was running that foundation and giving money over to y'all and sending y'all rice and aid and all this other type of stuff. Like, it's crazy how that works, that we're still putting food directly on your table. You got all of the resources, all of these things directly over there in your nations, but yet this is where you come in order to get money. You have to keep up this nonsense in order to get money or more money directly in your pockets. Because if you were to talk about any other topic, it's not going to generate the type of revenue. It's not going to trigger the algorithm. People aren't going to be trying to share this, 500, 1,000, 10,000 times. They're not going to be trying to do that. Nor would you have 1,000 people in your comment section. I get it. I understand. If only you guys would just sit up there and be honest. If only you guys would just sit up there and be honest about the situation, it would just fare out a lot better. But yet you can't. And yet we're still here. And somehow every single day that I want to take a nice little reprieve and just happen to do something different or talk about something different, here you guys come yet again saying some of the most stupidest, idiotic things that I've ever seen directly in my life. And you guys just keep sitting up there doing it. You just keep doing it. Like, it's the craziest thing. Can't get right. It can't get right. Like, it makes no sense. You would think y'all would have sat up there and just learned by now, after the United States then already pretty much tightened up the visa so much that you can't do nothing. But just like any other video directly up there, if people pay close attention, a lot of these Africans are now trying to go over to Jamaica, and they're trying to just be Jamaican now. So I can't wait to sit up there and see how Jamaica's going to handle that situation, because we tried to sit up there and tell y'all some stuff for the Jamaicans. We tried to tell y'all some stuff before, but y'all ain't want to listen. Y'all want to sit up there and let any and everybody come directly over there to that island, and y'all want to consider everybody Jamaican. Y'all going to sit up there and be in for a rude awakening. Y'all going to sit up there and learn the hard way. And I am here for it. I cannot wait to sit up there and start seeing the videos and the complaints of Jamaicans, of their complaints towards the Africans and the Nigerians coming directly. I can't wait to sit up there and see it, because I know it's going to happen the exact same way that we're having complaints with these folks directly in the just on these lands of the United States. Y'all about to sit up there and have that same issue directly over there. And that's a way smaller area. And you mean to tell me that those Africans are over there buying up stuff? Oh, it's over. It's crazy how that works. Them Africans ain't even trying to buy stuff in Africa, but they'll make sure to try to go somewhere else to buy something. How that work? You should be buying up resources, gold, copper, cocoa, palladium, whatever y'all got up over there. Y'all mineral rich, chock full of everything on the planet, all on one landmass. You ain't trying to buy that up, but you real quick to try to buy some stuff up everywhere else and then try to claim you're a part of those people. That's diabolical. That's diabolical. But like I said before, nobody wants to listen to Black Americans, though. Nobody wants to listen. So everybody has to lose. Everybody has to lose in order for a change to take place, in order for change to take its course. Everybody has to sit up there and lose. And also, shout out to a lot of the trolls or a lot of these people that want to go back and forth in a comment section trying to tell me and many others who it is that we are as Black Americans. Shout out to y'all, because like I said, I don't gotta listen to you. I'm going to listen to one of yours directly on this screen, out there every single day making videos specifically on Black Americans, because for whatever reason we just have to be a topic. Y'all can never talk about home, fixing home, going back home, living at home, politics of home, family home, culture home, traditions home, religion home. Y'all can't talk about nothing else. It has to be Black Americans. Got you. I got you. Like I said, one common denominator. You can't talk about yourself because it's boring. It's not entertaining. Nobody cares. Matter of fact, you don't even care. You don't care. This is why you're in the spaces that you're in, where it deals with conversations around Black Americans. It's crazy to the point where we can see those over there, even Africans in the UK, wanting to make videos talking about the racism that Black Americans face in the United States. That's a little bit confusing to me, because y'all got your own racism directly in the UK that y'all should be highlighting and directly talking about, but yet Black Americans are the ones that y'all want to highlight and talk about as if it needs to be highlighted and talked to. Like I said, I don't know where people are at this moment in time. I don't know how lost people are. I don't know where people got lost, but people got to unlose themselves. There needs to be a course correction, a heavy course correction that needs to take place. Because like I said, it gets even more and more ridiculous by the day. Every single time I open up my computer and I go directly online, it's even more ridiculous. Like, it's crazy, diabolical. And I'm going to say this one final thing when it deals with the Africans here. Like, the craziest thing that I realized is that the only time that y'all can happen to say that you guys are great, or you can happen to show off how great you are, is when you come to the United States. For whatever reason, you can never show off this greatness back home. It never gets highlighted. It never gets talked about. It never gets looked at. It never gets positioned so that everybody else can look directly at it and, try to emulate that same positive or whatever image it is. Y'all don't tend to do that. Y'all only tend to really want to highlight and talk about how great you are when you're in the United States. That's a little bit weird. But I forget, there's something that I stated a long time ago, and it has to do with competition. When you have a lot of people that are just like you from the same circumstances and that can possibly do the same thing that you can do, if not better, you can't, in a sense, compete in a market that is flooded with the exact same product. So you have to then package that product and bring it to a whole nother landside in order for people to just like look at it and point and be like, oh yeah, that's great, that's beautiful, that's this, that. You got to go somewhere where it's less competitive. And that's the main thing with a lot of Africans. They choose to flee Africa, not just because of the problems that they have directly there dealing with Europe and everything else. It has to do with competition. It has to do with competition. They don't have the same competition here as they would back home in Africa, in their homeland, in their own city and everything like that. It's easy for them to quote unquote excel. It's easy for them to quote unquote be great. It's easy for them to be highlighted because they know that there's a difference. They know that there's an obvious difference between them and Black Americans. And that's how they can have that extra leg up, quote unquote, on a competition and look down upon everybody else. That's how they sit up there and do it. Because notice a lot of these Africans, they never sit up there. You never catch wind of them talking about how great they are over in Africa. You never see them doing that. You never see them Nigerians talking about, oh yeah, I'm so great in Nigeria, let me wave my Nigeria. They're not going to do that. Because they're going to be looking at them like, we're all Nigerians, so what are you saying? Are you saying that'll be a whole nother thing? They ain't trying to do that. But they know that they can do that directly over here in the United States because Black Americans aren't about to be looking at them sideways. Right? We understand what it is. We understand how different things work and how, people want to highlight certain things that they do. We're cool with a lot of stuff, but the thing that we're not cool on is the disrespect from people who quote unquote said that we are a part of them and they are a part of us. We're not cool with the disrespect of people who said that, we don't have no culture, but if we do have culture, everything came directly from them: the music, the arts, the sports, all of that, right? The way they were moving, dancing, and all that other type of good stuff. We're not cool with the fact of people always wanting to try to tell us that, we're slaves or we were slaves and we don't know where it is that we're from and who it is that we are, and that we're afraid to sit up there and be African. It's a lot easy for a group of people to try to say something to a whole nother group if they don't have the same history. A lot of our history was lost when we had to deal with cannibals in the United States. So a lot of history is gone. A lot of our grave sites, our gravestones, a lot of the stuff has been bulldozed and turned into apartments, turned into parking lots, turned directly into strip malls. So we could actually trace back where it is that we're from, but a lot of people decided to roll over their history. They decided to bury deep or destroy that history, right? They did whatever they wanted to do to make sure that we would not be able to trace what it is that we have. But you, on the other hand, being African, you don't have to worry about that because everybody is the same directly over there. If you're Nigerian, everybody's Nigerian. Y'all pretty much probably got, the 1, 2, 3, whatever hospitals that y'all got. Everybody are born at the hospitals or however it is that you do it. And you don't have to worry about nobody trying to disrupt your legacy, disrupt your past, trying to hide that directly from you. Like I said, it's real cute whenever you Africans decide that you want to pop up on the scene and start really popping off at the gums. It's real cute. But like I said, everybody got to lose in order for progress to sit up there and make. Everybody has to lose. And all the people that are consistently online talking about Black Americans in the most negative of negative lights, all of y'all are going to lose the hard way. Y'all going to be made to learn a lesson that you should have got a very much long time ago. But you opted to forego that lesson. You wanted to put it on layaway. You wanted to do a lot of other things. You just wanted to stay directly away from you, out of sight, out of mind. But soon enough, it's going to come right back. And just like I said in a live stream today or yesterday, whenever I happened to put this video up, it's the same thing that my coach set up there and told me when I was running track. No matter how fast you are, you can never outrun your past. Like I said, whatever it is that y'all are running from is going to catch up to you. It don't matter where you go on the face of this earth. It's going to catch up to you. The main people that's not running from their past and their history and their future are Black Americans in comparison. Historically speaking, we are still here. we're still fighting. It don't matter if you can point out a few hundred or 1,000 or whatnot or whatever that are over there in Africa. That's all great for them. That's cool. That's what they wanted to sit up there and do. But the greater majority of us are still here in the United States fighting for what little that we have left. But not only do we got to fight the United States government along with, you know, other immigrants, we got to sit up there and fight people that quote unquote look like us. Crazy. The main people who said, historically speaking, that they sold us off are the same people that come to the United States freely, and now they want to cause a ruckus. Now they want to have these debates. Now they want to show who's, you know, who's bigger than the other person. Like I said, it's crazy work out here. But yet y'all try to make it seem as though that black Americans are the issue, are the problem. Okay. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I listed in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.